Cannot hear you. Hopefully you can hear me. Brian, hopefully this works, buddy. I hear music. I hear your music, but I don't hear you.
I did it again where I hit the mute. I didn't hit the mute button. Jesus. Oh, no. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get everybody on the show here. I got Tampa Neal. We literally just talked about this in the studio in the waiting room. I was like, hey, guys, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to introduce everybody. I'm not going to hit my mute button. And sure enough, idiot. So we're doing with Tampa Neal. Yes, I can hear you. Guys, we're in a special treat today. Special treat. We've got nice hat by there, white kid. We've got two of the guys here from Bills Backers Miami. We got the chapter president, Jonathan Holler. Hey, Jonathan, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Dude, were you laughing when I had that bad boy on mute? You're like, this idiot.
I was trying to scream to you, but
and also we're joined by his boy, Vice President of Bills Backer Miami, Brian Poole. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Brian, Neal, nice to see you guys.
Oh, I see somebody put a private chat on me going, Brian, what are you doing, idiot? You're on mute. So, guys, this is the show, Breaking Tables. I know we always talk about it. I'm like, John, I need to get you on my show. You run the whole Bills Backer, Miami. You and Brian just have a lot of on your plate, a lot of people, a lot of moving parts. Before we get into the Bills Backer Miami, we're gonna get the audience to get to know who John and Brian is. Guys, where are you guys from? Where are you guys from originally? Talk to us.
I'm originally from North Tonawanda, so grew up in Buffalo. Lived in New York City, Virginia Beach, now Florida, everywhere from Brickell, Fort Lauderdale, and now Coconut Creek.
Awesome. Yep. How about you, Brian? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Williamsville, New York, actually. I went to Will North High School, I guess me and the Gronkowskis. I went to Syracuse originally for college. Then I just packed up my ass and moved down to Florida as soon as I could. I was done with the cold and snow. I'm done with that. So yeah, I've been living down here for about 6 years already. 6 years. Nice. Yeah, exclusively in Miami. I'm in Coconut Grove right now.
Yeah, you won't catch me shoveling a driveway or scraping off ice. Nope, not sir.
Oh, never again.
John, how long you been down here for, bub?
Yeah, about 7 years.
Yeah. Awesome. So when you guys came down, how long have you guys had your chapter of Bills Backer Miami?
I'd say 7 years.
7 years. You came down.
Yeah, because I used to work for the government, so I used to travel all over. So if I was gone on a weekend, I would try to find like a Bills bar. And then being down in Miami, there wasn't one because people would come, but then they would leave, and there just was no consistency. So I just kind of knew a group of about a dozen people from Buffalo that lived down in Brickell and around.
Nice.
And funny story how I met Brian. It was our first year doing it at the first bar because we got kicked out of a few of them. And we're having a party. We're having fun.
You're telling me that Bills Backers, Bills Mafia are getting kicked out of bars? Oh, go on.
Yeah, so we found our sweet spot now, so we're good. But we're at one of the games and having a blast, and all of a sudden the dude comes running through in Zubas and like a Bruce Smith jersey. And he's like, hey, what the hell is this? Like he's there for kickball, like a kickball party.
Yes.
I had no clue that it was our new Bills bar. So that's how I met Brian. And then
yeah, man, like that bar literally was my kickball bar that I helped like set up with all that over there. I've been going there for at least 2 years. And I roll up and I'm like, what? This is a Bills bar right now? They told me, they're like, oh yeah, your people are in the back. I'm like,
my people.
My people.
I mean, I don't think I look too Jewish, but hey, like my people over here. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? I go back and there's a whole group full of these, just rowdy Bills fans. I'm like, oh no, these are not my people. So yeah, I mean, I'm rocking my Zubas, rocking my pants, my Bruce Smith jersey, and I just roll up, met John, and guess he wrote me into doing everything else down here. So yeah, it's been a wild ride ever since.
So between the both of you, who comes up with the crazier ideas when it comes to we got to have a Bills Backer Miami event? Like, because you guys come up with a lot of shit. A lot. I mean, if viewers who are watching right now have never heard of you, never seen you guys. You guys know that these guys, they run South Florida. They anything that you want done Buffalo Bills style, you go to them because it's going to make it happen. The creative events you guys came up with, who's the more creative one out of the two?
Oh, come on, John. Don't even pretend. It's all you.
It's all trying to be humble about it. But I mean, mostly, yeah, me. I mean, I started a long time ago. I'm lucky to have Brian. Like, we have a team with us. So we got T Brown that DJs for us. Steph helps out. Like, we have our group of guys, I mean, and girls. But yeah, I mean, as far as like parties, things to do, I used to bartend. I like having fun, and it's like being a Bills fan, kind of make it our home away from home. So, we even if we travel to a game, if we got a big group of people like Nashville a couple of years ago, I contacted the backers out there, and I'm like, hey, what do you guys have going? Because I have literally 500 people that want to go to a party. So we're going to throw a party, and then we're going to come to yours after. Just want to, be cool with everybody. And
heads up, we're coming.
Yeah, but it's cool though, because like I know some good people in Buffalo, so I set them up with like Labatt Blue and got their party taken care of, and just kind of help out wherever you can. So that's why I do it. I like helping people. So
that was a damn good time too. I was up there for that. That was a blast up there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Tin Roof on
Yes.
Broadway.
Yep.
Too much fun.
Because like when you travel
here, boys, let's do it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I do, because we got 3 games now this year in Florida. So I reached out to the Bills backers already starting, after our playoff game. And I hit up some of the presidents and just saying like, hey, we have 3 Florida games this year. Let's do it right. So.
Let's get ready now. And that's kind of the whole premise of like these little mini series is really get everybody like in touch with the Bills backer organizations. We're going to be doing, obviously a lot more of the Bills backers throughout the U.S. There's thousands of them. Let me tell you.
Oh.
And I really want to get the Mafia to get assimilated with the backers at the away opponents. And obviously we play the Dolphins. So that's one. Being Bills backer Miami, you guys always throw the craziest events. You guys have got to go. I remember Elbow Room a couple years ago. Was just absolute mayhem. I've never seen that many people.
Wait, Brian, you remember it? I don't.
After like, okay, let me back it up. What time did it start? Like 10, 11 o'clock or something? So after 6 o'clock, I just nothing, dude. I don't know how I got home.
Yeah, it's actually it kind of stinks because that's. People think that that's like the Bills backers bar, and it's like, no, that's where we host like a one-day party a year. But now we're actually getting too big for that. So like where we had the event last year at Bo's Beach,
yeah,
I've been already talking to them this for this year to see, like we're gonna take over upstairs and downstairs, probably 600-800 people.
I won this jersey there this year.
I know, I saw.
Won the Pancho Villa socks. Those are okay. I still wear those I wear for golf. They help my game out.
Yeah, that's with Gambino from Codes.
Oh, nice. All right, Code socks. All right, I see.
Yep.
That's when that comes in play.
He's probably watching.
What up, Gambino from Code Socks? So what event are you guys gonna have? Are you having any events that's gonna happen before football season, which it's right around the corner?
Yes.
Well, I know that you guys are all about getting people together, specifically Mafia.
Yeah.
What do you got in the works? Anything that we can just kind of like,
so there's
a little bit?
2 or 3 things that I got planned for the summer, basically. I want to do a Bills party in Wynwood at the Booze Garden, Wynwood down there. And then I want to do a Booze Garden Lauderdale party on separate days. So people from Lauderdale can go see what we got going down in Wynwood, and the same thing with Wynwood, see what we got going on in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if it's going to be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The bar kind of said, like, let's do it on a Sunday like a normal game day, and we'll do a Sunday fun day, bring the DJs, drink specials, kind of put some stuff up on the screens, make it fun. So that's one thing. Another thing I want to get started is the 716 day, kind of how they have like Miami, they have like the 305 day down here. So I want to start the 716 day, which
I want to buy that T-shirt right now. Are you kidding me? That's serious. That's 716 day.
Yeah. So I'm actually working on that with like a whole conglomerate of, say, Buffalo and Florida kind of thing. But that's something I want to get even bigger because I know like Sarasota, they do a big Bills party every year. And I kind of want to grow into that. I don't know if it'll be at our Bills backers location. If it could be at like a park or something where we could grill out and people bring stuff and just make it a big party. I mean, that's what I'm looking to do this year. So
everything Buffalo party in Sarasota, I know.
Yeah, that's the one.
Last time was at they actually had it at Robarts Arena, a huge arena.
Yeah,
they outgrew the first place that they did it at.
Yeah,
but yeah, I go to that. That's a lot of fun.
Okay, it's always tough for me because it's like a Wednesday, and it's like
I know. He always. I told him that.
Yeah,
a couple times. I'm like, I don't know why you do this on a Wednesday. I just get an hour away. I got to get a hotel room.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing something similar down here. I think April will start to be a good time for that because, I mean, everyone from Buffalo comes down. I mean, it seems like every other week someone I know is here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the locals, for friends to come down, we start setting it up and make it bigger and bigger every year.
Mm-hmm.
Bills events are better than Christmas. You agree, Brian? What do you think, Brian? You think Bills events are better than Christmas?
Oh, 100%. I'm Jewish. What do I care about Christmas? Better than Hanukkah, sure. No, yeah.
Oh, hey.
I'd say this, like my best, I would say easily one of the best days I ever remembered has got to be New Year's Eve down in Miami. Bills win. We go to the playoffs after that. After the Bengals knocked out the Baltimore Ravens, that was the best probably day of my life.
You were at the game,
random strangers. What's up?
Were you at the game?
I was, yeah. No, we had a whole group there. We had a whole massive, Bills backers Miami party going on there. So, I mean, that was my Christmas, New Year's, and everything all wrapped up into one. That was.
We had Thurman Thomas on top of a table, just screaming to everybody.
To be a fly on that wall.
Oh God, it was crazy. And I remember the cops because we were still in the stadium. So we're walking out of the stadium. We see that the bars still all have the TVs on from the game. So we're like, oh shit, this is really happening right now. And I mean, every bar inside the concourse just was packed with all the Bills fans. And then after it happened, Thurman jumps up on the table. We're all standing there. I'm live streaming. All of a sudden the cops come, try to kick everybody out of there. It was a harmless thing. We were just cheering and happy.
I remember too, some Bills fans even started climbing over how they have the suites on the 200 level at the Hard Rock, stadium down here. They climbed over into the suites because they saw the TVs on in those suites.
So I was in the suites that game, and they actually cut it out. Like,
really?
So I'm running down the concourse, going, "Where's the game?" And I hear people screaming and yelling, and it was actually in the public area, and they left it on.
Yeah.
But that's how. Whenever we play Miami down here, that's how the stadium is. It is 99.9999% Buffalo Bills fans, and you have your point whatever fraction percentage of actual Dolphins fans. Sad, true. Sorry, Dolphins fans listening, but
no, even Dolphins fans who actually are real fans, because that's the one thing I'll say about living down here. It is the most frustrating thing being a Bills fan. We are diehard, passionate fan base, and to see other fan bases that are just so lackluster. Tennessee Titans. I'm not saying the Titans don't have a fan base, but why is it that we went into their house 2 years ago and it was all Bills fans? That's all it was.
The whole city was all Bills fans.
Oh God, that was the craziest I've ever seen.
That was there was more
crazier than Jacksonville. Wait, crazier than Jacksonville?
I actually didn't go to Jacksonville because I was sick because I had the game 5 days before. So I don't know if it was a hangover or sickness, but it came to that morning to drive to Jacksonville, and I'm like, I can't do it.
I didn't go to Tennessee that year. You guys went 2 years back. We're going this year. We're going this year. So
okay.
Third year in a row.
Well,
in Tennessee.
Yep.
We're going to go this year, and we're talking about games that we want to go to. Starting with Neil, and we'll work our way down to John and Brian. What are your top 3 games that you are 100% going to this year? Neil?
Top 3. Well, obviously Tampa because it's right there.
All right, but it can't be in Florida games. We know that's automatic. We're all going.
Well, you just took away my list.
No, New Orleans for sure. Definitely go to New Orleans, Tennessee, and I want to go to Buffalo for the Colts game.
Yes. Okay. John, what do you got?
I mean, I was going to say Tampa because that's probably going to be the biggest game of the year.
You think give me a home opener? What do you think?
I think so. I mean, it's really crazy because if you take the top 4 teams from the playoffs last year, like they're not going to do Tampa, Green Bay. What are they going to do? Like, no. And then with the whole Brady Bills things, like Bills are coming up. Brady's Brady. I think that'll be a good one.
Highest rated NFL history opening season game of NFL history is going to be that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Other than that, New Orleans, definitely going to be a top game. Yeah. I always try to hit one game a year in Buffalo. I mean, Colts will definitely be a good one up there this year too. So I'd say those are my top 3.
Nice. Brian, what do you got?
I mean, dude, New Orleans is just number 1 for me. I did some travel in New Orleans a few years ago. Absolutely loved it. Was there by myself though, so I really wasn't able to, really enjoy it the way I feel like I would like to, especially with a bunch of Rowdy Bills fans going down Bourbon Street. That is like my number 1 be all end all. It's going to be insane. Like I cannot wait. I'm saving up all my vacation days for work to go do that.
You guys been to Mardi Gras, right? Mardi Gras, you both.
I've been to Mardi Gras, but I've been to New Orleans a bunch.
New Orleans
5 times. Twice before Mardi Gras, twice after, and then 3 times. I'm 1 time in bad math. I'm 13 times. No, the 5th time was actually during Mardi Gras, and I had the most fun before Mardi Gras started. So, but anyways, yes, Brian, I'm down. I'm down for New Orleans too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Florida games that's a given. I feel you there. Nashville, I would go back in a heartbeat. John and I were there. That was so much fun. I actually did not like country music prior to going to Nashville. I came back with every single bar blasting and doing karaoke with what's that song? Family Tradition by Hank Williams Jr. Every single bar in Nashville. It's like that's the anthem of Broadway, and that in that whole area. And I came back just sitting there, country music singers. That's going to be a fun one to go back to and actually know the lay of the land.
A dip, chewing tobacco, and sing some country music. America. Bills, red, white, and blue colors, baby.
We'll outnumber the fans again, because they don't really exist. So
yeah, I think they're actually targeting us because Nashville, the ticket sales people, they've been emailing me like monthly, like, "Hey, is your group coming back? Like, can we do this? Can we do that?" So I think they know that that's a big cash cow for them, and they're trying to.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's not only does that affect, mind you, Buffalo Bills. This is how amazing our fan base is. We just don't like take over games, but we help their local economy. Like, just think about this. We imagine the amount of alcohol, food, accommodations that we require as Bills fans. Come on, you guys down here in Miami, anywhere we go, it happens.
The messages that I was getting from the owners for like the events that we did in Nashville, I got like the GM of a restaurant on Broadway messaging me like, "You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Like, we ran out of everything. We're at the rooftop bars that are 5 floors, and the owners are texting me saying, like, well, we never ran out of liquor like that before in our life.
Never.
Like, ice, beer, everything.
You were not prepared.
I know. I'm like, I told you guys.
People are starting to get prepared. Now they see the spotlight games. Right? Yeah. People are starting to get prepared. What do you think, Neil?
Nashville was definitely more prepared than Jacksonville.
Are you not prepared? I mean, entertained.
I had no clue what hit them. I don't even understand how they have the world's largest cocktail party because they just weren't prepared in a little bit. But like Nashville, they didn't run out of Labatt Blue Light until after the game was over.
Yeah,
I was amazed.
Yeah. That's actually respect. That's respect. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. I remember we were at one of the rooftop bars and it was like, "Can I get 6 whatever beers?" Because I've been drinking all day. And it was like, "Yeah, cool." Then I was like, "Yeah, can I get 6 more?" They're like, "Oh, we're out." I'm like, "Well, what do you have?" Like every round was a different drink because they were finished with everything.
That sounded, honestly, that was Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I mean, these crazy motherfuckers were just running out of everything. Even no beer, no problem. We'll go to liquor. And that liquor was fucking gone, and then you see people throwing up outside. But that's
I heard they ran out of the alcohol wipes, for to sanitize cuts. People were just drinking that.
Dude, so when I do
Listerine,
when I do these events, like I'll call ahead, I'll tell them like what I do and how many people I'm thinking of, and every time the bar's like, oh well, we need a $5,000 deposit, and it's this and that, whatever, and I'm like, it's gonna be a $40,000-$50,000 event. Like I'm warning you, like it's coming, and they're like, yeah, okay, like oh you're with the Bills, and then the event happens, and then they're always like, oh my God, thank you so much, everyone was so nice. Everyone was fun, no fight.
Easier next time for them just to make that happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the best thing was at the tin roof, we had was an Army Ranger. He was the security working the front door, all geared up and everything with his gun and whatnot, and big Patriots tattoo on his arm. And I was like, oh great, like we're gonna have jobs all day. But dude, he came up to me after the party, shook my hand, and he was like, this was awesome. He's like, I never see this with New England fans. Like, this is amazing.
Jump ship. You made him jump ship. That's what it does. Jump ship. I don't know about that tattoo. You got to get that removed. But
that was cool.
Patriot colors, and then Bills in the background. There, boom! I just solved this problem. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the fan base.
Right.
So you guys are. I remember one thing I wanted to. Who is that? Chad Harris. We need to reach out to Chad Harris. We can do that boating event. I'm surprised. I'm disappointed in Bills Mafia for not throwing down and getting down with that. That would have been such a cool event. I was going to work early. We're all going to go down to Miami and ride a boat and just jam.
So that's another thing I want to get done. That's on the list of events, actually. I mean, he hit us up on like a Tuesday, and it was for like a Friday night, and it was probably 60 degrees that night. So everybody in Florida is like, nope.
Yep.
But
I bought one of those like beer hats and everything.
it's definitely something I want to do because T Brown will DJ for it already. He already talked to him. And then it'll be however much, I'm thinking if we could pick a day and even do, 4 to 6 hours, like maybe something a little longer. Because I mean, for that price, it's a good deal, I think so.
Absolutely. It's a steal. It's a party barge on the water in Miami. What else can you ask for? And it's BYOB. You don't have nobody. You're not buying drinks. Just bring your own alcohol.
Exactly.
You got a captain that can drive you. We need to get out. We reach out to him because that was a missed event.
Yeah. I just think it was bad timing too because it was also playoff games.
And he still had Corona still going on. So that's the beauty of Bills Mafia is we're gonna have now we were stagnant on any event last year. No events. This year they're gonna make up. They're gonna go to every single one of them this year. Nothing's gonna stop them. No bonus is gonna stop them. How crazy do you think it's gonna get this year, guys?
Be afraid. Be very, very afraid.
Yeah, everyone's got like not pent up like partying basically. I mean that like
cabin fever. You say cabin fever?
Yeah, because everyone down here, like we still go out. Everything it's not normal, but we could still go out and have a good time. Like I saw you guys all on, Saturday. But in like Buffalo, upstate, like half of New York still shut down and
can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're ready to go, but they're still, I mean, half of our people this year, I mean, they flew down to our events for the playoffs because they're like, I can't go out in Buffalo to watch a game. Like I flew down here to get real atmosphere, have fun, and I'm going home.
Oh, we got Mary Dillon on Bills Backers, Nashville. Speaking of Nashville. Guys, yeah.
A lot of Buffalo people here for the Super Bowl too. It was like there was a lot of people I think that booked trips that couldn't cancel them.
Yeah,
we were ready. I was ready.
Oh yeah.
Should we get with a pressing topic here because this is big sporting news. Bills Erie County saying that you can't come in unless you're vaccinated. Let's not get political. I don't want to get political. I'm gonna start with Brian. Brian, if that was the mandate in order to watch a Bills game, are you watching a Bills game or are you going to do more away games?
For me, I mean, I rarely don't actually go to a lot of home games. I'll go to maybe one. I'm all about the away games. I mean, listen, I view the Miami game as my home game. To be perfectly honest, that is a home game for me. Probably for most people down here in South Florida too. Let's be honest. I mean, like I said, we really packed that place full of Bills fans. So I always love the locations, love locales. I mean, I was so pissed last year with not being able to go out because I had plans to go to out to Arizona and Denver, visit family, friends while I'm doing this whole thing with my Bills pilgrimage. So for me, the away games are great. But I gotta say one thing with it. I have no problem whatsoever with the fact that, hey, you want to make this mandate, cool. For me, it's all about execution. And the way that I think I saw it's currently written actually is that you have to provide proof through your Excelsior New York State app. Well, I'm vaccinated, but I don't have that app, access to the application. So unless they can figure out a way to do that, you're kind of alienating a whole bunch of people outside of Buffalo who are going to want to travel for these games, especially we're prized to kick some ass this year. You better believe that we're going to try to get Highmark Stadium going.
Super Bowl year, we're going to a Bills game. This is the year we're winning the Super Bowl.
So in my opinion, they just really got to get their thing together with the execution of it. Figure out what they're doing. So that's my old take on it.
100% right. And I agree with you 100% because I even tried, what is this Excelsior app? And I looked it up and it's New York State. First question I asked, well, how does that work for travelers, people who live out of state? Are we different? Are we eligible, or is it specifically New York State? And then you've got the whole, if you ever go to New York or ever go to Florida, vice versa, they're going to make you quarantine still for summer, but pretty sure that's still a thing where you have to. So if I fly to New York from Florida, do I have a 10-day quarantine? That's a lot of crazy things. John, what do you think, bud?
I don't know how to say the opposite opinion, but I mean, for me, I think about the families of the players, people that don't even for us, we're out of state. The families, a lot of them don't live with their husbands or boyfriends when, they're during the season because they're all around the clock. So does that mean that a wife or girlfriend or kids can't go see their parents or their dad play football? I mean, that's what I think about it. And then I guess a perk of it is the away team. They're not going to have any fans there because they're going to have to jump through all these hoops. They're going to say F it. So I don't know. It's
honestly some of most of their home games too.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if they're overstepping, but like Brian said, there's a right way to do it. You got some time, figure it out.
What do you think, Neil? You think that was a big flex? It was just what? That was a bombshell report.
Yeah, and I think that really knocks out a lot of Canadians too, because we know there's a lot of Canadian fans that come over the border for it. So, I mean, again, are they just not going to be able to go because there's a lot of season ticket holders. A lot of season ticket holders from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's going to affect them too.
It is tough because they always say to keep politics out of sports because sports were created to take your mind away from war and everything else that was going on in the world. And now they're you got the local guy in Buffalo fighting with Cuomo.
Wait, what's going on? I didn't hear that. Who's fighting?
Well, Cuomo went after that Poloncarz guy. Is that his name? The local guy?
Yeah.
And said that he didn't have –
our boy Cuomo?
That guy. He's watching you.
Sorry, dude.
No, you're good. He made a comment saying that he wasn't allowed to make that decision. It has to go through the state first and whatnot. And then the local guy said, well, it's owned by your county, so now it's in conversation.
Oh, well.
It's a picture match.
Guys, I don't know. I get what you're saying, John, and it makes absolutely sense. And I do want to protect, the family, the friends, everybody that watches. But in retrospect, it's just how they just dropped it to us saying, hey, it's this way or the highway. It's just kind of, whoa, you should have thought about this first. You should have waited till the season started and say, hey guys, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
you should have seen my DMs when I do.
In order to buy a ticket, you have to call this number. And then you're like, hey, listen, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just all right, fine. If I got to be part of it, then if you're going to pay for it, whatever. But moving on to the next topic, because I just think it's a touchy subject. I think it's a touchy subject. And you can't, and you guys did a great job keeping it neutral. You kept the Josh Allen in here. Anyone else, you could have gone both ways on that teeter scale, and we could have had a lot of hate mail from that one. So thank you guys for not giving me hate mail.
You want to see my DMs when I throw a party? Like, oh, let's check his location. Oh, New York City. Okay. That's why.
Guys, what is your, because we don't, whenever I show up to the bar, Neil lives in Tampa, but I have gone to many backers bars. Betty, more your so, both your boys. I don't stick around the entire portion because as soon as I'm that guy where, and this is my mentality, if the Bills aren't doing good, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to another spot where I know that we won. I'm that superstitious guy. So that's why I take off. Like, fuck, I got to go. We're not doing good. So that's why I left the Colts game so you're welcome, by the way, Bill.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that one.
You're welcome. I took one for the team. Trust me. I wanted to stay, but superstition over trumps anything. Are you guys superstitious? John, I'll start with you, bud.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, it's crazy because depending on what they wear that game, I have to wear something similar. So if it's blue on white, I'll wear that shirt with white shorts. It's stupid.
I'll wear the same underwear for 13 weeks.
No, that gets changed. But yeah, then other things same thing. I mean, the first game that I went to, the Dolphins game, I wore my backer shirt with the shorts. So it was all right, every week it's black on black, gotta wear it. So
how about you, Brian? What do you got?
Well, I was gonna say one thing. So John even makes me hang the flags in the Bills backers bar in the same exact place every week after a win. Yeah. I have to ask him, all right, man, does this go here? Does this go here?
It matters.
In the same exact place, or else it's not going to pass. So
let's check the picture from last week. No,
that happens.
Higher. No. Oh, down lower.
But we have fans
you
correct
joke,
us.
But that's actually how it is.
We have fans correct us.
Oh yeah.
They throw up. They're like, that Labette Zubas one doesn't go there. It goes there.
It's crazy. Now I gotta say I'm personally not not superstitious. I'm a little stitious, type deal. To quote The Office, but listen, I showed up. I think in my I got my stepbrother got me that nice Josh Allen 3/4 sleeve, for the holidays, and I decided to wear that towards the end of the season. And I just kept wearing it because we kept winning. So I'm like, all right, it got washed every week, and I'm not going to sit there because I'll be honest, after a few, spill around there, it's not too pretty looking or anything like that.
Green juice, blue cheese.
Oh my God.
Where's blue cheese?
Guinness, everything on there from, so that it's not going to look good. So yeah, for me, listen, they're playing, to go for the game, but yeah, it's funny just kind of, managing other people, who have that, especially like you said, a lot of people that come to the bar, they know, they'll come in like, oh no, that's got to play here. You got to start the song and play it sooner or play it for field goals now. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You'll let other people have that OCD. Not you're like, hey, I don't need to have that problem. Let them tell me. So I go, all right, no problem.
As long as it doesn't ruin my time and it doesn't get me, us in trouble with the bar or anything like that, have at it.
We got people that change their clothes if we're losing or if it's not going good. They'll go back into the bathroom. The girls will switch their shirts. They wore a cute outfit. Wasn't working. They go back to the Bills backer shirt.
I need sexier. I need this is not sexy enough. And that's another reason why I couldn't stay past that one quarter because the wife was like, all right, time to go. No, I'm joking, guys. Neil, are you superstitious?
Proud.
Superstitious. Yeah, I won't leave my house.
What?
I'm so superstitious. Unless I'm going to the game, I will not leave my house for a game. I have to drink my 12 Labette Blue Lights and eat my chicken wings and boom, that's it.
All right. Nothing you can do about that. Some people, that's Mafia, bro. Mafia got that. They, ever since the 4 years and the kick and everything, and it's so hard to be like, did we break that curse? Then you saw how good we did last year. and the past, Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane, what they've been doing the past few years, this is nothing that we've ever seen. I mean, I was too young to witness the Bill Polian and Marv Levieri. John, you're about the same age I am. Brian, you might be a little younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Neil's older than all of us. I think he's like 7 years old. No, that's only his internet service. 7 years old.
Yeah, I was young when all that happened. So
I got to ask, Brian, Neil, are you calling from your phone?
No, I'm on my wife's computer.
You're on your wife's computer.
I hit baseball bat, so I switched computers.
That seems to be working just well, man. So thank your wife for letting you use a newer. I think Santa needs to get you early Santa gift, a capable, functional computer you can use solely for podcasting. Can we make it happen?
Work on the wife.
All right, so we're going to start a donation for. So this kind of circling back to we never really get to sit there and talk to each other, get to know each other. Yeah, we know we're Bills fans. We talk about Bills. We breathe it in whenever I show up. But I want to get to know each of you guys. John, who's your favorite player all time?
All time?
Well, why is it Josh Allen?
Why is it Josh Allen? I like Josh. He's a good guy. I don't know. I don't know if I really have a favorite player. I mean, I don't have a favorite player.
All right, let me rephrase. You had a free ticket to the Legend Suite, and you're spotted on that row 1 seat, and right next to you, you get to choose who you want to sit with. Who is it going to be?
In the Legend Suite?
Yeah.
Take Stevie Johnson with me.
Stevie Johnson?
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
So that's that'd be your favorite person to get drunk with and have a good time with is Stevie Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think he drinks because he didn't drink at our party. But no.
He doesn't.
I remember he came to the party 2 years ago, and I remember he came up to me and he's like, "You want to take a shot?" And I was like, "Oh, word, let's go." And he's like, "No, a picture." I was like, "All right."
Oh, got him.
Yeah.
All right, Stevie Johnson. That's cool. No, I met him too when he was down here for 2 years ago at Elbow Room.
Yep.
Brian, what do you got, man? Who do you want to wrestle with?
Bruce Smith, man. Bruce Smith by far is one of my favorites. It's actually, I remember sitting there as a kid, watching the game with my dad. And, he would always he would get into it. Like John's seen me watching the games and all that, how much I can do it and start yelling and whatnot. But, my dad was an absolute animal when it came to it, to the point where, he would, they got him a fake foam brick that he would chuck at the TV because that's just, his cathartic release that he needed, because he was just, I think our neighbors probably thought, my God, what's happening over there? But I just remember, sitting there as a kid, the entire time, Bruce Smith would get a sack, and my dad would just go, "Big Bruce Smith." And I was just like, yeah, man. Bruce. And, and honestly, kid from the 90s like myself, we watching Little Giants, you see him just crush that football with his bare hands. How can you not love it? And he's still, I think to this day, he's still one of the top leaders for sack masters. So, he did it back, over 30 years ago almost at this point. So that's one of mine for sure. I got to say, I've had a chance to meet, Jim. I've had a chance to meet Josh. I had a chance to meet Eric Wood. Actually, he was an awesome guy to talk with too. So, I've met a few players, fortunately, not to name drop or anything, but if I did have my choice, I definitely would love to go sit next to Bruce Smith and have a few drinks.
Fatality.
Oh, I didn't mean to press that one. It was more like such a shitty host. Neil, who's your favorite, bub?
Dude, Thurman. Always loved Thurman.
Thurman?
I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple times, and it was very cool. He was a running back that caught passes before catching passes was a running back team. So, yeah, Thurman, easy.
That's the second best story I heard all day, Neil. Thank you so much.
I actually have a drunk story about Bruce Smith.
All right, I'll hear it. All right,
Well, he's from Virginia Beach.
Wait, so since he's not listening right now, thank you
Yeah.
for listening, Mr. Bruce Smith.
Oh, that's fine. No, so he's from Virginia Beach. So, like, I knew where he lived out there. All the Bills fans in that area knew where he lived. And I was out for, like, a work party, and we're at, like, a brunch. So, run into him at, like, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, well on my way. I'll just say I was, like, a teenage girl that met Justin Bieber. And it was just, like, yeah, it was embarrassing. Yeah.
You were drunk, not him.
Yeah. What's that?
You were drunk or he was drunk?
I was. I mean, he was having fun. He was out with the guys, but it was like, that was up.
I saw Daryl Talley last 2 years ago at the Bills game. I remember seeing him, and I was just stuck, just like staring at him. I was like, "That's Daryl Talley." And again, some of the people were like, "Who is that?" Like, and they knew immediately. I said, "Like, yeah." They ran up and got pictures. Honestly, I just walked up and said, "Listen, I just want to shake your hand, bud," and that's all I want. Like, I'm not gonna like fanboy it up or anything. I would totally, but I just try to respect the players for what they are. Don't get me wrong, though. I had a few more drinks. I probably would totally been like, "Yo."
And honestly, so this weekend, Isaiah McKenzie opened up his had a little pop-up event at Fuck Yeah in Miami. And that, wife is like, "Why did you run up and take a picture?" I'm like, "Wow, because I don't want to be a fanboy. It's Isaiah McKenzie, our boy. We'll see him. I'll see him again." And you're right. You can't be a fanboy, dude.
Yeah, it's tough down here too, because I mean, you guys know, like, you go on Las Olas, you go down in Brickell in the off season, you see
show up.
you see half the league out there. So people always ask me to, like, players and whatnot. They try to do an event in the off season. Like, well, how much can we get for a door entry? I'm like, no, man. They're going to see you walking down the street somewhere else. No one's going to pay just to walk through the door to see a player here. It's just a different, it's a different scenario.
It really has that.
Yeah.
Bills are outside of Bills.
Bills, especially 2 years ago when Miami had the Super Bowl, they tried to work certain events and everything to do, say, a Bills party. And I tried to explain to them Miami because they want to do like 6 o'clock party on a Friday. I'm like, nope. Like, it won't happen until 10 o'clock at night, because by the time people leave work, hit traffic, make their decision, like
three S's: shit, shower, and shave, or or wife wants to go get a new dress from your local Marshall. I get you, Bob. It takes some time.
Oh yeah.
And then the traffic to get there. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing ever happens on time here.
To John's point too, I mean, honestly, this is Miami. I mean, we don't, for the most part, unless you're going to like the clubs down here, we don't do cover for anything. Like why bother? You got tons of bars all up and down the road. La Sola, same thing down here. South Beach is a different story. But if you're looking down in Brickell, Wynwood, any place like that, a lot of places don't do cover. At least they didn't used to, because they know that we got options. We don't do that. It's not like even in Buffalo, I remember going back and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's like a $5-6 cover." I'm like, for what? Like to walk into your bar? So I mean, that's just the Miami difference of how things run down here. I feel like we just kind of understand, and timing's everything. Like you guys are saying, you can't do anything here before, I feel like 8, 9 o'clock. I mean, it doesn't happen. You just can't do it.
It's virtually impossible down here in South Florida to do anything before 10 o'clock. Try getting a golf tee time before 10 o'clock. No, because everybody's got a book. It's all these old seniors and members that are playing are like, we're just going to want to do that. But favorite event. We're almost towards near the end of our show. So I want to thank the listeners that are still listening, or the people that have been listening, or the people that are going to listen tomorrow or the next day because they missed this event. What do you think is going to be the biggest event this year for Bills backers Miami?
I mean, you talk about the night before Christmas. That's when the Bills come to town. I mean, I plan for that weekend. I mean, it's pretty repetitious now, but I mean, I plan for that with everything from DJs to beer to, the different companies from Buffalo that sponsor stuff for us. I mean, that whole week, so much goes into it, and it just flies by so fast because it's just.
Wait, which event is this going on? Well,
just like the party Saturday and the tailgate Sunday.
Oh, for when the Bills play the Dolphins.
Right. Yeah. When they come to town. So, I mean, that weekend, nothing can ever top that. Because, I mean, I meet so many of the players' families. You know, old players come to the events. And it's a cool experience. I mean, nothing can top that.
Awesome.
I got one. It's going to happen this year. I'm telling it right now.
Super Bowl.
Bills backers Super Bowl party down here in Wynwood and up there in Fort Lauderdale. It's going on. That is going to be the best event. But yeah, to John's point, it is. I wake up like a kid on Christmas with regards to everything with when the Bills come to play the Dolphins down here. It's awesome.
So that's what it was. So Brian, you do the Wynwood Booze Garden, and John does the Fort
Lauderdale. Yeah. So we started down at Fido's in Brickell, and then we ended up at Batch. Then we ended up back at Fido's, and then I've moved up to Lauderdale, so I started meeting people up here. Happened to be Alex is one of the partners at Booze Garden. So they also own one in Wynwood. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, we're going to do Wynwood. And then I would drive down there for all the games. And then, Brian, because I used to travel a lot for work, and, Brian was there every week. Very reliable person. He cares about it just as much as I do. And I would consistently get questions. Why don't you open Fort Lauderdale? There's a lot of people in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm like, well, there's a couple clubs up that way. I don't want to step on their toes. And then, like you had Sean on last week, I sent him a message like, hey, you care if we do downtown? Like, got a lot of people that don't go up that way, that don't go anywhere.
It's still a divide. Both of you guys still get a lot of backers.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And it was a tough year too with COVID because I missed the people in Wynwood because I became friends with them for the past 5 years. And some of them are messaging me like, hey, when are you coming down? And it's like, shit, I'm just started a new one. But now with this year being a normal year, it'll be fun where, the DJs can kind of take over a little more. And if Brian wants to come up for one, he can. And if I want to head down to Wynwood, just to kind of spread it around and meet more people.
I think it's funny because a lot of the people who just are going to these events, whether they're up in Fort Lauderdale or Miami, they love it that we've expanded, because that way the Lauderdale people have theirs to go to. They don't have to drive all the way down to Miami and vice versa. Miami doesn't have to go up to Fort Lauderdale because we know down here nobody likes to travel. Nobody likes to go drive in between the two counties. It's just not.
Won't catch me on 95. Won't do it. Nope.
Exactly. So
I will take Andrews at 441 all the way down. I don't care.
So I mean, yeah, it's like a lot of people love it, but the stalwarts, myself and John and everybody else that really helped build us from the beginning, we're all kind of just left like, well, we love that we've expanded. We love the fact that we're able to to share Bills backers Miami with more and more just awesome Bills fans down here in South Florida. But to that point, we miss our peeps. I got friends in Lauderdale who go there, and we've got we got some people who they ping pong between the two, every other week because they want to be able to see everybody. So good and bad, but I mean, hey, at the end of the day, we can get more Bills fans out there, and then we all come together for that giant, massive tailgate. And when the Bills come to town to play the Fins, yeah, I mean, listen, it's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome, and this actually brings me to the next topic. The reason why I do like Bills backer Miami and what kind of I guess separates you from the other Bills backer locations is you guys as DJs. DJ guys, we're in Miami, we're in South Florida, and these guys can just rip them up and know how to mix it good, a lot better than I am on these little button things, but they mix it up. And then when that game starts, you don't want to hear Joe Buck going, I love Tom Brady, blah, blah. No, you play the music. And then the game starts, Josh Allen scores a touchdown, and they play the song. That's awesome. And you guys are different. You guys are definitely different than any other backers.
Yeah. I try to make it clear because a lot of people message me that are coming to town, and they're like, is it a good place? Is it kid-friendly? I'm like, well, it is kid-friendly, but I'm letting you know, we play music. It's loud. It's a bar. But I don't want that type of bar that you sit down and you just drink tea in the corner and you're bored. Like we get everybody from 5-year-olds to 70-year-olds that are up dancing, screaming. Like might get a little packed in there, but we make it fun.
No, I mean, to that point, we got people dancing up on the bar half the time if they're feeling good about it, and I'll jump on the mic and just start giving people a whole crowd run. I mean, whoever was at the playoff games knows that. I jumped up on there and was like, gave the whole rally speech to the crowd, and we got that going. So that's the kind of atmosphere we like to have.
Did we win the game?
Yeah, it was Baltimore. We crushed
Yes. Oh, that was the playoff game.
Yeah, man, the playoff games, both of them. And then, unfortunately, obviously, we know what happened against, the Chiefs. But, hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
You know what? That's my bad because I did something wrong for us to lose the game. So that was on me. I'll take that one. Superstition, brother. Superstition. All right. So this is going to bring me down to the next whining moments here of breaking tables. And again, both you guys and Neil. By the way, I forgot you were here, Neil. I was having a good conversation with these guys. Still can't hear you, dude. He's so pissed. He's so pissed, bro.
No, you got to shout out that sweet jersey, though, that he won.
Nice hat.
Thank you. Where'd your hat go?
Still can't hear you, bro. I'm joking. Everybody, I can hear him. I love Neil. Neil's my boy. He is armchair GM. You want to get some stats? You talk with Neil here. We're going to go through this, the whining moments of this show here. I'm going to ask each individually a question about the Buffalo Bills, and you're going to answer it as quick as you can. Okay. John, what do you think our record's going to be, and why do you think it's going to be 17-0? Go.
Well, I have the schedule next to me. It's going to be 17-0 because we play the AFC East. We play the Redskins now.
Right.
Washington football team.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs.
Whoa, you are such a racist person.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs, they came back. I mean, they lost 2 offensive linemen. Sammy Watkins is gone. They're still going to be pretty tough, but I don't, it'll be like the Patriots every year. Once you figure them out, once you figure it out, you'll be all right. And I think we're pretty close to that. I mean, the Bucs last year during the season, they weren't even that good. They would lose one game by 40 and then win the next one by 60. It just didn't make any sense. And, I mean, all our home games, I mean, we should be undefeated at home this year. So, and the away games, I'm really not worried. Saints, I mean, who's our quarterback?
No quarterback.
So
17-0. That's it. That is why John Holler says that it's 7. They're going to go 17-0. Or your money back, guaranteed, or free shots at Bills Backer Miami on John Holler. If he
outside though, I'll bring my own bottle.
Brian, what's that? Sorry, John. What's that?
No, what are they calling? 10.5? Is that what they're saying for us? Or
I don't. Neil, you know that guy.
10.5, yeah.
10.5.
Yeah.
The disrespect. Disrespect.
I'm gonna go empty out my 401k right, guys. All right, let's make some money. Just empty them all on the over on that one. Bri, what are our biggest threats this year?
Again, like John, I got the schedule up in front of me. I really only see our biggest threats as being the Bucs and Kansas City. I really, I think New England will be a lot better this year for sure. I mean, shit couldn't get any worse.
So you're 15-2. That's what I'm hearing. Your team 15-2.
I'm team 15-2. Yeah, I mean, that to me is also being generous that we don't have a trap game thrown in there where we just kind of we play like shit. But I mean, again, we brought the whole band back together. We basically did the same thing the Bucs did for the most part. And we had a hell of a year last year where barring 2, back-to-back games, we kind of just got fucked over by the scheduling situation and just, and all that random Tuesday night football. And then they moved us around like crazy. I really do think we could have done the whole enchilada there. So for me, I think our biggest threats, it's got to be the Bucs who are coming off of their whole Super Bowl win. And then Kansas City, who, you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. So until we beat that man, but right now, honestly, AFC East, that's ours. I'm not scared of the Jets. I'm not scared of the Dolphins by any means. They haven't done anything yet in this offseason that has really made me raise the eyebrows.
So happy they got Tua.
Oh my God, yes. I'm so happy Tua Tagovailoa is coming back to go get more footballs to the Buffalo Bills. Because that was just, I mean, hey, if he grows, he grows. But right now, I mean, you're basically going to have Jacoby Brissett going to come in and bail him out at the end of the fourth quarter for those games. So, I mean, that's –
You know how that's going to go. He's no Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And he's not. That's the point. We all know. Guess what? Jacoby Brissett's going to come out on the fourth. It's going to be 4th and 1. They're going to bring out Jacoby Brissett to go do a quarterback sneak,
and it's going to be interception. He's going to quarterback sneak it, and it's going to be interception.
Just punch the ball, peanut punch. We'll get who was it in there before? It was who was our guy? Shit. Who I got the nice little peanut punch on Cam Newton. Knocked it out. Zimmer. That's right, Zimmer. But yeah, and honestly, the Pats too. I mean, like I said, they're better. I think their defense will be a lot better this year, but I don't know. I think they went out and blew a whole shit ton of money on people who are good players, not great players. And I just think that, this is now the Bills. They know what it's like to be the top dogs, and I don't think we're going to be letting that go anytime soon.
Nice.
Yeah,
Neil.
a lot of money on tight ends, but they still have nobody to throw them the football, so they don't scare me even a little bit. The Bucs, to be honest with you, they really don't scare me. I think that they got very excited with a very good defense against Kansas City. Kansas City doesn't scare me this year. They lost their 2 tackles. That's huge. They didn't have their tackles for Super Bowl, and look how vulnerable they were. The only team that I see that scares me is the Colts. That's it.
The Colts.
I was going to say
no. Why does Colts scare you now without the quarterback with like 13 kids?
Old Man Rivers.
Yeah, Old Man Rivers. Right, Philip Rivers. Whatever his fucking name is. He's got 20 million kids. He's out. So now they have what's the quarterback? Carson Wentz.
Yeah, they got Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had his best years under Frank Reich. So that's what that team needed. That's it.
So that's
the only team that scares me in our schedule, and they don't even scare me that much.
And it's in Buffalo.
Yep, that game's in Buffalo too. Exactly.
I want to go to.
I want to go also.
Yeah,
they played us tough too in the playoffs. I mean, I think
that was the best. That was the best playoff game. Best playoff game. Any game that was even. Sorry, here a little after noise here from one of you guys. Neil, hold on for a minute. Test 1, 2. Yeah, it was Neil. Your computer's acting up again, Neil. Jesus, your wife's computer sucks. He's so bad. She's gonna break shit. Oh, please don't be your wife. I forgot what I was going to say now. I had a lot of shit to say. The draft is 10 days away, guys. We're Emmanuel Sanders days away from the draft. John, starting with you. Who do you got? Round 1. That's it. Round 1.
Round 1.
3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are like the.
I listened to that Josh Allen interview he did with.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, Good Morning Football was it Kyle Brandt, and he kind of made a joke like, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go offense because we're kind of stacked. Like I think we're gonna go defense." But I like to read too far into things, so I think they're going offense.
They're playing with the lines.
Yeah, it's like the way he said it with that smirk.
It's like, all defense.
Yeah,
we're gonna get a running back.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be like a running back or tight end, like something.
So if a running back, so Najee Harris, Etienne, and a defensive guy, whatever. You're armchair GM now, John. Who are you picking out of those 3 guys?
How many touchdowns did that dude from Alabama have? Like 5 a game.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So why would you not?
He's disgusting. He's your next Derrick Henry.
Henry.
Why would you not?
Just saying. If he's available, you're taking him at 30.
I think so. I mean, other than that, then they're going to get a cornerback that's going to be third in line and work his way up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
what do you got, Brian?
I actually do think we're going defense. I think we are one solid defensive end away from being able to have a complete team. I just think that was the biggest. I thought personally, aside from maybe our O-line, I thought our defensive line was one of our biggest weaknesses last year. We just couldn't put enough pressure on the QBs, especially with what it was touted. You know, I was so excited when the season. I'm like, yo, these guys are just absolute animals. And I think we went too small. I think, we kind of lost our I think Starr really did kind of anchor a lot of stuff down. He was a large guy. He was able to kind of gobble up two of their, anybody on their offensive line. So I just really think that we're going to need to get some real solid studs power up in there for a defensive end. Just get in there, get some pressure. And then also, of course, with that, even if they're solid or even moderately good, that'll allow some of our other defensive, linemen to really get in there, whether it's, Ed Oliver or whether that's Jerry Hughes or anybody like that. So I think we're going to go with defensive end. I've been looking at, full disclosure, I'm not well-versed in most drafts, with college football. Kind of took a little bit of a hiatus this year. But, just looking at it, I do think, with Jason Elway from Penn State.
Yes, that's my boy. That is my boy. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, honestly, or Carlos Bass.
Myself.
I'm realistic that we're not going to be drafting like the very top ones. But selfishly, would I love to take a Syracuse guy? Absolutely. But I think we go defensive end. We really complete and round out this defense. But hey, that's my armchair GM take from me.
That was awesome. No, that was epic. Let's give this guy a raise. There are teams that need a GM. How about the Jets? The Jets need a GM.
We're doing good.
Question back to Brian. Brian, how good you did right there in that segment. If the Jets reach out to you, go, hey, listen, kid, we're going to pay you all this money. You are going to be now the GM of the Jets. Being a diehard Bills fan, would you do it? Would you bite that apple from the devil? Would you do it? Would you say, fuck you? I don't.
All jokes aside, but let's be honest here. The Jets have been just a terrible organization. They've gone through GMs and head coaches like Kleenex, I feel like, as well as quarterbacks. I mean, I just think there's some systemic issue going on there over in the Meadowlands in New Jersey that's just like, hey, something's up over there. So, I mean, listen, would I love to be a GM for a team? Sure, why not? But with the Jets, no. I'm not taking anything against the Buffalo Bills. Only thing I would do is move over Brian Poole, if he still plays for him, move him right on to the Buffalo Bills. That way I can get because I got the same name. So there we go.
Yes, you don't even have to spend the extra money to get your own jersey that has your names in the back. Neil, let's get ready to wrap this up, brother. What's going on, my man? We haven't heard from you all day.
No, I've been listening. Been good conversations going on. I'm just ready for this draft, man. I'm ready to boom. This draft needs to happen. Ready for the season to start, and then I'm ready for the schedule. So I got to start booking plane tickets.
Yes.
Can't wait for the schedule.
Neil, what are you doing for the draft?
I'm just going to come to your house for it because I feel like your computer setup is perfectly fine.
Well, maybe. Now, actually, I got the capability to make it happen. Sorry, guys, a little too loud, but that's how much the crowd loved it. If you could actually get a full show in without any internet problems. No problem. We love you. Guys, this is fucking breaking tables. You just broke some tables listening to us. I want to thank the viewers who are still obviously listening or watching because this audio goes into my podcast. And when you're driving home from work, you're going to listen to this and it's going to make your ear holes wet. Right now, I'm making your eye holes wet. So I'm making two holes wet at once right now. All just one. All right. Let's go around the room. John, where can we find you? How can viewers to get any kind of vet notice about breaking Buffalo Bills, Miami backers? What do you got?
I mean, I use all social media platforms. Instagram, I use the most. I mean, I update it at least every other day during the season. I'll make a post if we have any events coming up. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. The page is just there to hold our name, but we use the group if anybody wants to talk, share pictures, talk about events, want to throw a party and want to do it with Bills fans, let me know. We have Twitter as well. I don't put as much on there, but Instagram's our main and Facebook group second. So if people are coming down for the game, hit us up. People ask me all the time, I'm in Hollywood, where do I go? Well, Lauderdale or Wynwood, let us know. If you're coming down for the Bills-Miami game, if you don't want to come to our party, I'm okay with that. I just don't like when people have parties 3 hours away or 2 hours away, and I get messages after like, oh, that sucked. I'm like, I'll tell you where to go. You don't have to join us, but I will push your group in the right direction. Like, we live here. It's like, if I went to a city where I've never been before, reach out to the locals. I'll tell you where to go. I'll help you out. That's why I do this. I'm trying to make it fun for everybody no matter what. So just let me know what's up.
Badass, and drop the mic, because that's cool. That's what you need to do. Brotherly love, man. Then where's Buffalo? What they represent? Their neighbors, the neighbor of love, right? The neighbor of brotherly love. That's kind of like
good neighbors.
Good neighbors. All right. Brian, where can we stalk you at, brother?
Honestly, listen, you want to go find anything Buffalo Bills backers related, you got that man right there with all of his here it is right there. Yeah, he's going to have all the access to it. If you do want to find me personally, you can find me on Instagram at Poole, Poole.b. But yeah, I'm not really into the Twitter game that much. I kind of just go on there to complain to companies when I don't get something I want. So that's really all I use Twitter for, to be honest with you. And I do follow Bills backers of Kazakhstan. That's a good account to follow for. I have no idea who it is, but I love their work. So
I want to get them on.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
It'll be like a blurred screen.
That's great.
So that's where you can find me. But honestly, John and I really we look to take over all the social channels for the Bills Packers Miami. So reach out to us, get in touch with us, follow us definitely. We definitely post some great stuff, and we're definitely your go-to news source for anything South Florida related down here.
Ah, man, Neil, where can we find Breaking Tables? Where can we find new internet service for my boy Tampa Armchair GM Neil?
Well, internet service, I'm not too sure about clearly because we're going on 2 weeks in a row with that problem. However, find me, just follow Breaking Tables, listen to us. We'll keep you updated on the Tampa game coming up for sure, because we're going to have some serious things happening here. Those who listen to us.
Fuck, keep pressing the wrong button. Sorry, hit again. About to do this one again.
Yeah.
Me scusi.
That was for the internet service.
Badass, dude. That's just
where can we find you?
Oh, guys, you can find me everywhere. Sean, Super Bowl. Guys, you can find me everywhere. YouTube, Breaking Tables. Facebook, Breaking Tables. Brian Vance, like Breaking Tables. And if you ever see me in person, I'm sleeping on a table because I'm drunk. No, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for hopping on, John, Brian, taking busy hour and 9 minutes out of your guys' lives to join this show. I really appreciate you both being a part of the show. Again, this was cool. I told you it wasn't that bad. We didn't sit here. We chatted about absolutely nothing and everything for an hour and 10 minutes. How do you guys feel? John, you feel good?
I like it. I think next time we're in the same city, we should just do it together.
Hey, we already did a live show. Let's go.
We did. Let's set it up.
Brian, you have fun, brother?
Yeah, I've been wanting to do this. I follow, all the Buffalo Fanatic stuff. So for me, I was like, I'd love to just jump on these shows. So this was my chance. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too badly. I had a blast, man. Thank you for having me on.
Badass. And Neil, we know you love it, bro. Say something, Neil. Come on. Give us some loving.
I've been talking the last 10 minutes. You didn't hear me?
Guys, if you're still listening to the show, I want to thank you all for making your eye holes wet. Because this is your host, Brian Van Slyke. We got Neil, we got John, and Brian from Bills backers Miami. Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for joining the show. I was going to play this one for you guys, but I'm still figuring out how to press these freaking buttons. I can't press the buttons all at the same time. Too many buttons, too many buttons. That's what I want to do. Bye, Bills Mafia. Guys, you have a great, wonderful night.
Go Bills. The Miami version.
Oh, we need a little dale. Cheers, boys. Bye-bye.